Joe, welcome home. You've been in America promoting this huge fight November the 3rd against Mikhail Kessler. First of all, how was America? How did the American press treat you?
Yeah, it was great. There was a massive turnout for the press, and fitted a lot in 2 days, to be honest, because they wanted me initially to go there for 5-6 days, and I said there's no way I could miss 5-6 days of training. So crammed everything into 2 days. Arrived Monday night, Tuesday morning, press conference with Mikhail Kessler, and then doing photo shoots and promos for the fight. So it was all good. It was all good.
I know that you're used to sort of HBO showing an interest in you and everything, but were you surprised at the amount of interest overseas for this fight?
I wouldn't say I was surprised, because I know the magnitude of this fight. I know this is probably one of the, if not the biggest fight of the year. I think it's, in a lot of people's eyes, a 50-50 fight. You have two fighters undefeated at the top of their game. It's what boxing needs, what the super middleweight division needs, and what I need, and what Kessler needs. We need to fight each other. Basically, we're the best two fighters in the world, and we want to see and prove it on November the 3rd. Somebody's always going to go on November the 3rd, and I've been boxing 25 years now, and 10 years in October as a champion. So I need the fights to motivate me, and Kessler is one of them opponents that motivates me into training hard.
You've had a couple of days with him now, just say, doing your press conferences and doing more bits of promotion. What do you make of him? What's Mikhail Kessler like?
I don't know, obviously, just what I see at the press conference, he's pretty quiet, possibly shy. Who knows? At the end of the day, I'm not really concerned about, press conferences and what people mouth off and how quiet they are. You can't really, make an assumption of a guy's mental state or how they're going to perform. At the end of the day, what I see of him as a fighter, he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated in 39 fights. He's a young, hungry champion. So by no means, I realise I'm going to be for possibly the toughest fight of my life. So I think it's brilliant for boxing that you don't go chucking something at each other or swearing and fighting with each other in the press conferences, a la Bernard Hopkins, style. At the end of the day, the fight's going to be a great fight, full stop. So we showed each other utmost respect, but believe me, November 3rd there's going to be some fireworks, 2 days before the real fireworks night.
He, as you said, gives you a lot of respect, but he says you don't punch hard, but he knows you punch a lot, and he knows it's the accumulation of the punches, so he's going to have to come in, if not as quicker than you. Is that possible? That's
not possible. Not what I've seen is impossible. Kessler cannot punch as fast as me. You can't make a fighter punch as fast as me. I watched Mikhail fight. He's a very, very good fighter. He's got a very good jab, good right hand. Being a southpaw, we have to be wary of that. My strategy, obviously, is use my hand speed and movement, not to stand in front of him. At the end of the day, I believe, being a champion for so long, basically my hand speed. Okay, might not hit the hardest, but I can hit, and I'm really happy actually that he doesn't think I can hit hard, because he's in for a nice little shot come fight night.
I asked Kessler what riles him, what gets him sort of angry and motivated to go in to train for this fight, and he says, nothing, and week before the fight I'll be fine. But with you, what is going to motivate you? What is the one thing that's going to rile you a little bit? For example, when you went to America, there was a lot of talk about Joe Calzaghe, stay at home Joe, all that sort of stuff. Is that starting to get under your skin a little bit?
Not at all. Everybody knows that I agreed for this fight initially in Denmark. They offered a very generous offer. I said to Frank, I'm not interested in any other fight. I said to fight Mikhail Kessler, and fair play. Frank got the fight over here. I'm really happy for Mikhail Kessler to come over. He showed a lot of heart that he wants to be a real champion. He's come over. He's an excellent fighter. I can't knock him as a fighter at all. I can't say nothing negative as a person or as a fighter. He's an excellent fighter. I know I have to be at the top of my game to win the fight. But I've got a lot to gain in this fight as well. This is not just a voluntary defence where nothing to gain, everything to lose. In this fight, I've got so much to gain, because a lot of people expect me to lose. He holds 2 world title belts, and in a way I can relax and just perform my best I can perform and fight my heart out like I always do.
I know you and your dad have a theory that when it comes to training, you don't change anything that's not broken. So leading up to this fight, you're going to be having the same sort of preparation. So it's about motivation, excitement in this fight. For you, how has your dad been differently? How excited is he getting you ready for this fight?
My dad is like he always is. To be honest, you'll have to ask him that question. I've only been training a few weeks now. I think my dad's very, very confident, the same as I am, that I win this fight. he knows what I can do, and it's about just being the best on the night. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fireworks in the gym, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this stage of my career, it takes a lot to sort of get me excited, and believe me, this has really got me excited.
And just finally, you've said before this could be your last fight at super middle. Could it be your last fight ever?
Hopefully not. You can never say any fight can be a last fight, but I hope not, because that would mean me getting beat. But no, hopefully not. I hope to God I can carry on and perhaps fight another 2 fights after this. But first things first, I got a massive challenge ahead of me November the 3rd, and I would just want to be in tremendous shape for the fight, like I was with Jeff Lacey. I believe if I'm in that form as I was against Jeff Lacey, I think Kessler, no other fight in the world can touch me.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.